Hi guys, Artiar here. So for this video, it's going through the top 5 Esper that is at R0 that will help your whole journey when you just started DISLYTE, or you are a returner player that you have no idea what kind of Esper you should get and you want to start a new account but you have no idea who should you get that can progress your story, your tower content a lot more easier, because the moment when you restart DISLYTE or maybe you just join into DISLYTE, the first thing about DISLYTE is your gameplay experience in your early game. So these top 5 Esper I will recommend you for today. They doesn't need very high reso and they will already help you progress your whole story mode and also tower content very chill and very comfortable. Okay, so this video today I won't be going through the event limited Esper such as like Suje, such as like Meta Liling, all these kind of event limited Esper, because even though I recommend you now, you are not able to get it. Like Suje, this is an event limited Esper, so I won't be covering those Esper that you can't obtain. I'll be covering the Esper that only need R0 and it will be working perfectly fine for all your early game to mid game, even though they will kind of slightly fell off when you reach until end game, because most probably you're gonna have a lot more other powerful Esper, but until they reach end game, they still have their own value in specific content. Okay, so the first Esper I'm going to go through is Mavis. So if you go research a lot of guide or you actually ask a lot of player, I think most of them will recommend you Mavis as one of the choice, cause Mavis here, her passive, when your Esper die, Mavis will prevent them from dying and then remove their unattackable, they will not die and then they will turn into graveless. So basically the Esper will turn into a graveyard mode and it will get revived by Mavis when Mavis casts S3. And when in story mode content, what you want to aim is you want to clear that specific stage and reach 3-star, right? That's one of the things that when you reach into a harder stage like hell mode or like hard mode, and then your Esper starting to can't survive from the boss damage. But with Mavis here, as long as Mavis is alive, Mavis will always make them into graveless mode and keep reviving them. And graveless mode consider your Esper is not dead, is still alive on the ground, so you are still able to get 3-star for your story mode. So Mavis is a cheat code for your early to mid game content, basically any story mode, any tower content, and maybe in APEP as well. So she will carry you until like late game when you have a lot other stronger Esper, but basically maybe still have their own niche comp like Jinchu Mavis comp, and you'll get one free Jinchu at the beginning of the new player event, right? So she will help you in all early to mid game story content, PvE content, and also PvP content, because if you put Mavis in your team, basically it's a very immortal team unless they have a specific counter to kill your Mavis. Then the second Esper I would recommend for today is gonna be Sakura. So Sakura is a fairly new Esper introduced into the game. If you're a returner or new player, I would say Sakura is still considered a decently new. It's been a few patches, but it's still considered this pretty new. So why I would recommend Sakura here is like maybe you hear some player talking about, oh, I want Sakura R6, I want Sakura R4, something like that, but that's more towards into endgame, because the resonance for Sakura is also good. But with Sakura, with one copy is also good, because she is not just a defender, even her role is a defender, she's actually a supporter, a buffer, and I don't know, can prevent your Esper prevent control as well, because her passive provides you damage taken reduce, she heals, she apply Vigor Guard that able to block control effect, and then she also provides buff like defense up buff, attack up buff. So she provides a lot. She herself will cover a lot of different role. Like in your early game, you kind of want a healer role and want a buffer role in your team, right? But with Sakura herself, with one copy, she's able to help you fulfill healer, supporter, and buffer role in one single Esper. And the more copy you get her, the better she is, because every single resonance here make her even better. Okay, then the next one for top 3 today, there's no orders, right? This is just my top 5 Esper choice. The other one I would recommend is Lushang. Lushang is the one of the new Esper we recently have in game. I would recommend Lushang here is because in early game to mid game, even though the silence here won't really help you in your story mode, but in tower content the silence will help you. But the main point about Lushang I will introduce to you is not because of her S3, the silence, and the S1. It's because of her his passive. Because when in early game you are not able to grind APAP, right? You are usually just able to grind Chronos, the Ritual Miracle boss. So if you really want an Ocean Wave set that only drop from APAP, and then at the early game you can't really have a very good accuracy, you can't really have a very good speed substats from your equipment, Lushang can help you cover all those parts there. Because Lushang will provide you attack up, a free attack up, and also increase your damage output. Your defender will become more tankier, your support will become more faster, and also have a free Ocean Wave, and your controller doesn't need accuracy anymore. Your controller will always land the debuff that you already want. So let's say as early game, one of the epic Esper I will always recommend for my new player in my Discord server is Prisker. Like, Prisker is a controller role, and then the S3 here have a chance to stun, which is pretty RNG, right? When you play in story mode on tower content, you don't really want the RNG, you want to like 100% land. So let's say you have Prisker as a controller role, and if you have Lushang, you can use Lushang here and make your Prisker increase his speed, so Prisker will take his turn more faster, and his S3, the stun, will be 100% land. So it will be a very good thing for your early game quality of life. Your gameplay experience will totally become very good the moment you have at least one copy of Lushang. Lushang doesn't need high reso, and R0 definitely doing perfectly fine. It will help you your early game to mid game content, even though until end game he is one of the meta as well. So definitely worth the reso when you obtain him. Then the next one is Feng Shun. So if you have did some research about Feng Shun, a lot of us will actually recommend you to get R2 Feng Shun. But is R0 really worth it? Still very worth it, just that you don't have the AP push, which is making your team faster rotation and all the random bonus damage. But even without the R2 effect here, she is still doing very good, because all his pursuit attack that he's able to do, he can help you heal. He also help you do extra damage as well, and give you three kind of different buff, which is attack up, speed up, and crit damage up buff, which is a very strong buff for your early game to mid game experience, and also help you nullify the stun or sleep, which is basically help you not able to get control. So like in story stages or in tower content, Feng Shun will help you fulfill the buffer role, sub DPS role, and also what's that called? Oh, he also have defend break, right? So also a debuffer role. So he himself actually fulfill a lot of different roles in your team. So even with R0, I would recommend you to get him at your early game to mid game process. Then the last one I would recommend is gonna be Hilda. So when you meet until like hell mode stages, right, then the Espers, the enemy will have like ridiculously high defense and also very high HP as well, and maybe your DPS starting to do 0 damage or very low damage to them because they are very tanky. So I would recommend you to get Hilda when you reach until that part, because Hilda doesn't need high resonance. Hilda herself only need one copy, and this Hilda here can use until end game as well in Andra's content and tower content as well. Maybe until when you reach until end game, Hilda's value actually fell off a bit because you have a stronger Esper. Your DPS no longer can't do DPS to the enemy anymore. Then Hilda value fell off. But when early game, Hilda will provide poison, will provide defend down, and also provide sleep. So your enemy will always maintain in a getting control mode, and then they also get poison. So this poison here will proc all those max HP damage based on the enemy. So let's say the enemy have 10 stack of poison, they'll instantly get 40% of their max HP damage. So their HP will drop down very fast. So if you're early game to mid game player or just a returner who wanted to start a new account in a server, This 5 Esper is my top picks for you to actually go for Res R0. Of course, there's other Esper that is very good at R0, let's say like Chuyao, let's say like TA, like Armir. There's a lot other better, a lot of very good R0 outside there as well, but I would say the most value of them when it's at R0, this is my top 5 pick. If I have to really recommend more, most likely you see other player will recommend you Chuyao. He is also very good, and also a speed leader buff. People will also recommend you to get let's say like TA as well, right? This Esper here because of the AP control and also the speed leader buff. But basically that is different choice, but I would say that this 5 Esper will basically help you, will carry you all your story stages in until hell mode as well, and also your tower content will have a lot of better gameplay experience, because your story mode you won't have to suffer like not getting your 3-star, and we have so many different story mode. We have easy, hard, purgatory and hell mode, and as I think most of you guys will start to get suffering when you reach hell mode, so Hilda or the other Esper will kind of help you pass through this difficulty period, and you can go have a better gameplay experience for your early game to mid game. Then end game is a different thing. End game, it will requires you a lot of different Esper and also different combination as well. Okay, hope this video actually helped you guys out who is watching this video. If you are a new player and returner, I hope you find this video actually helpful, because this is one of the updated new player and returner guide. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed the video and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is Gen MP, Molkert Regally, the Bluish Lane, Kemi, thank you so much for your support. And for the supporter and patron of Artiar, which is Louis Schneider, Agni, Code Wilderness, Wang Tamer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwalks, Rimu, Choni, Von Hexa, Antonio Winterspoon, Marlene Williams, Uncle Chat, Eric Mendes, Ian Cragren, Riku Fred X Iris, Calamity, Jordan Alons, Rocco Stanzinones. Thank you so much for the support. And that's not all. Also special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chat for the latest 10. Special thanks to Ziggy, Calamity, Agni, Pong Pong, Code Wilderness, Riku Fred, and Choni. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.